Steve, where are we with the account opening software? How near a soft house to being ready for us? Karen's people are ready and waiting. We all are. We're at the point where we're supposed to be testing the system, but we can't because we're waiting on soft house. I'd like to report, upwards that we're making headway. Can I do that? When will we be ready to test the system?
Well, it's not good news there, I'm afraid.
Still? Why not?
Well, at Soft House, I'm afraid they won't respond to my pushing. I've been monitoring their progress pretty closely. We've got deadlines, they know that, but they're still slipping behind on their schedules. I'm getting a very strong feeling we're not going to be ready in time.
Look, what are they actually saying? Are they saying that they won't meet their target, or what? The thing is, we've got a date set for the launch of the pilot in 8 weeks' time, and I don't want to let that slip.
I don't suppose any of us do.
Well, exactly. I'd like to get some clarity around what they're saying. What exactly are they saying?
Well, I had a meeting again with them yesterday.
They do realise that if they don't deliver to the terms of the contract, they'll incur penalties.
Sure, they know that. They're aware of that. I can't get a clear response from him.
What do you mean?
He's a slippery character. Difficult to handle. He's evasive. He won't commit to a definite yes or no. I get assurances that everything's all right, but when I compare the progress reports I get against the design and implementation schedule, I can see that it's not all right. Can you do anything?
Don't think so.
Well, what kind of relationship did you have with him?
It wasn't cosy, but it was all right.
But it was hard work, though?
Yes, at times.
So, how did you get around it?
Look, Steve, it's a simple relationship, don't you think? We're the client. We're paying top money for their design. We have every right to expect superior levels of service, which we're obviously not getting.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's an interesting situation. Complicates things when you have to manage the performance of people you don't directly control. If you want to have a chat together after this, I'd be happy to talk it through with you.
Yeah.
Thanks. I've got a slight concern with the project in hand.
Go on.
One of my previous jobs before coming here was to be responsible for change in the organisation. I headed up various projects, not unlike this one, where we were asking people on the shop floor, if you like, to undertake new processes, new ways of interacting with the customer.
Yes, you come from fast food retail, don't you?
I come from all over the place, but my last job was in fast food, yes. But with a particular emphasis on improving service through implementing technological change. My question here at this forum is, have we done sufficient groundwork to make sure we make this a successful transition from the old to the new?
Your predecessor didn't have a problem with buy-in when we were working on the initial stages of the plan. He was much more concerned with the service requirements, with covering the service angle. That was his remit.
As indeed I am. I shall be very assiduous when it comes to ensuring we maintain extremely high levels of service and compliance when this system rolls out.
What would help me is when we come to the implementation stage to know that I will have the full cooperation of yourself and your service team.
Surely. I'll make every effort to make sure we work closely together. But when it comes to issues of compliance, for instance, there are certain things that will have to be in place before we can proceed.
Yes, of course, I understand that. My point is, we will need the full cooperation of all parties.
What was your other point, Nicholas?
I'm a little concerned there, though.
What about?
Well, she's a very bright young woman, very able. She's got bags of energy and lots of focus. But I've noticed her becoming a little disengaged, and I think it's because she's not being stretched. I'd like to give her more responsibility if I can. If I can't, then I think we might lose her, which would be a shame.
My concern, and I've said this already, is that we don't allow the deadlines to slip any further than they have already. So anything any of us can do to keep it all on track is fair enough, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I saw Soft House yesterday and discussed a lot of things, and they're expecting me next week. And maybe my going back tomorrow will be enough of a jolt to maybe stop them resting on the laurels, shall we say, and might be enough to impress on them that, we are serious about our deadlines.
There was a slight feeling, I have to say, that I was being ganged up on by the banking fraternity, and I can see that's something I'm going to have to deal with as we go forward from here.
I'm slightly concerned about the outcome of that meeting, in that I was hoping for more definite outcomes for myself. I was hoping that there would be a definite commitment to launch the pilot, an actual date, because we do have a date, but it seems that things were slipping a bit in the meeting.
Steve, yeah, I did have a wobble with Steve at the start. Steve's basically good, but he needs a push. He needs a rocket up the arse, to be honest with you. He really does need a push in the right direction. I think I've given him that now. And I think that he's now refocused.